And welcome back to Plaquemines Prep Rewind as we have our food for tonight.
Food for tonight.
They bring it in.
It's
There
better
you
than
go.
the notes.
It's
I'll
the
keep that over here.
alligator. You know, LSU couldn't feast on the gators, so we figured we'd feast on them, right?
So this would be tiger bait, right? Is that?
Tiger bait. That's what we say, yeah, tiger bait. I'm actually going to slide that up here a little bit because it's got my trivia question underneath. And we had a winner again. Of course, we said it last time. For last show's trivia question, which it was, I'll read it for you. Plaquemines Parish has had 2 private schools play football. Name one. Now, we know we've had a couple more schools play, but we're talking about the 2 most prominent schools to play private school football.
Hopefully no one on the
Plaquemines.
East Bank says the same.
Because, I mean, I don't really count Live Oak. I'm sorry, I don't count Live Oak. And what was the other school?
Promised Land Academy.
Promised Land Academy. I never heard of Promised Land Academy. So, but I'm talking about there's 2 schools that pretty much everybody knew about. And our winners were Brian and Leslie Bowie again, 2 weeks in a row, or 2 shows in a row that they answered
We have a
the
repeat
question.
audience. That's good to know.
And the answer, of course, was the River Oaks Panthers and
The Delta Heritage Warriors.
of course, who was one of the coaches at Delta Heritage? Coach Amos.
Coach Amos Cormier.
I believe he took them to a state title in baseball, as a matter of fact. So congratulations again to Brian and Leslie Bowie, as you see their names on the screen. And the answer again was River Oaks Panthers and Delta Heritage Warriors. Now, of course, we had that trivia question, and we only had one answer. Of course, it was the people who answered from the show before, but that's okay. So now we're going to have this week's trivia question, and Jason kind of came up with it. I was stuck on a question, but we kind of collaborated on one. And Jason, if you'll do the honors.
Okay, this week's trivia question. Louisiana Tech is currently ranked 22 in the country. Name the former Hurricane brother tandem that is currently playing for the Dogs. If you know that answer,
Yeah.
send us an email to prep@yahoo.com. We have to do it twice,
Rewind.
prep@yahoo.com. Send us
Or-
the answer, and we'll get your 15 seconds of fame.
Or tweet it.
Tweet
to
us
us
at Prep.
Rewind.
One more time, at prep.
Rewind.
Okay.
Or you could actually
Go to our website.
Go to our website.
Plaqueminesprep.webs.com.
Which is
Carl
on-
put
it's on
that
the
on the
screen.
screen so they don't listen to us stumble over it there.
Yeah.
There's a forum section with the trivia question. You click on there, give us the answer.
Right, and of course we went a little easier on the trivia question this week because the other one was a little, well, at least we thought it was a little harder. So we got that, and now let's move on to our Week 7 picks. Of course, again, both teams are playing away, and we'll quickly go through the first 2 games because we already pretty much said our answers. Belt Chase at Carr, and I think we both agree on this one, Jace.
We are both picking Carr as they're checking on us from the back. Sorry about the big head nod there, but we are both picking Carr.
We kind of did that at the same time, so
Yeah,
it's kind
so
of funny.
like we were just agreeing on Carr, I think.
Yeah, Belt Chase at Carr, both got Carr. In fact, I wrote too much talent for the Cougars. Belt Chase coaches, I think, are going to keep it close, though. I think the defense is going to have a game plan, but if they don't have Eric Raggett, it's just going to end up.
Yeah, it's
going
going
to
to be tough. Now, again, Bell Chase, they're very familiar with Carr, so hopefully they can do their things. And, we would be ecstatic if we were both wrong on this pick. We just don't see it happening.
It'd be huge. Second game, South Plaquemines at Lusher. Too much size for the Canes, and just hope they're not looking ahead to Carver in 2 weeks is my only fear.
No, Drew Brees' money is not going to win this game for Lusher. Drew Brees at quarterback might.
Nice. Next game, West Jeff at Rummel, a battle of the public school versus private school. One of the top public schools this year in football against the top private school in football in the New
It looks
Orleans
like,
area.
I believe, number 1 in the state right now, Rummel
Yeah.
in 5A. I realized I know who's now the former athletic director, Kurt Marone, who was a Bell Chase resident for a long period of time, was an AD at Shaw, also at De La Salle. He's now the head disciplinarian at Rummel.
Okay.
But Rummel looks great right now, and I think they have enough to just kind of not only beat West Jeff, but maybe beat them easily.
Again, I think West Jeff is going to put up a test early, but Damian Williams is almost 100% for Rummel, and I think he's just too much for the Buccaneers to handle. And I got Rummel winning that. Again, we're agreeing. See, he's agreeing with me because overall I'm only 1 game behind him now, only 1. So he's going to agree with me as much as he can to where If I lose, he loses.
Speaking of not agreeing with Cody, let's get to the next game.
McDonough 35 at Shaw.
These guys.
Yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm not picking Shaw. I will never pick Shaw. I don't care how good they will be. I will never pick Shaw ever.
All right, I picked against Coach Scott last week or 2 weeks ago, and it bit me in the butt. So my only scouting report that I've gotten is that O'Perry Walker absolutely waxed McDonough 35. And from my good buddy, Coach Amos Cormier, he told me that from what he saw from McDonough 35, they're actually undersized this year. He said there's not the size that you're used to seeing from that Ron Eagles team that you've had over the last couple of years. And if you saw the Shaw game, well, you'll see at the Shaw game that they actually do have some pretty good size along the line. I think that's where Shaw has the advantage, and I think that's why I'm picking Shaw.
Well, see, I watched the game that they played against O'Perry Walker, and the Ron Eagles were in it for a while. They made a couple mistakes, but you do realize they averaged 330 pounds in offense and defensive lines, right?
I'm just going by what Amos told me.
Yeah, but, McDonough 35, they're going to get back on track. Coach Wayne Reese does a good job over there. They're going to beat the Eagles. And the next game, so we differ on that one, which is good.
Okay.
I'll see. That'll put me back even. The game after that is O'Perry Walker, Helen Cox. We pretty much mentioned this already. I love Coach Brooks over there. He's done a great job with Helen Cox, but O'Perry Walker is too strong this year.
Yeah, O'Perry Walker should and will win that game.
Big West Bank battle, though.
Big West Bank battle. And, again, this is one that when we were in high school didn't exist because Helen Cox was still just a middle school at the time.
Yeah.
So, nice to see. And we talked about that kind of the repopulation of some of those schools after Helen Cox opened, and West Jeff kind of has it back together now.
Right.
We spoke about them earlier.
That's a game, again, where maybe O'Perry Walker might be looking ahead to Week 10, might be looking past them, but I doubt it. Next game, Newman at Curtis.
Curtis
Go ahead,
against
say
who?
it. Say it. I know you want to say it.
Newman.
Newman will not have anything for Curtis. Jay Tyler is hurt, thanks to South Plaquemines, and John Curtis was going to beat him with Jay Tyler. John Curtis will beat him, especially without him, and especially if he's not 100%.
That might just keep Newman off the board in this one. So Curtis is going to win big.
Yeah, no overlooking. Curtis is not overlooking Newman to get to South Plaquemines.
No.
Next game, John Ehret at Destrehan, and I actually took a cue from you. I got Ehret would need a lot more than a posse to win this game against the Wildcats. Coach Robichaux got his team rolling.
So I did my research and found out who the three amigos were.
Okay.
They were actually guys that many people would know. Reggie Wayne was one of the three amigos, along with running back Elvis Joseph, who I know mainly because he went on to play in Lafayette at USL at the time.
Yeah, that other team that nobody cares about.
The other player on the team was Xander Robinson, who went on, I believe, to Tulane and had a pretty good career at Tulane. So
I remember that name.
Corey Lambert was actually the quarterback a year or two before the three amigos were there.
Okay.
Which is why he would really have to call them up because they need all four of them now.
Yeah.
Coach Lambert really struggling right now with John Ehret.
Well, first-year coach, and he's got to get used to his system.
And he kind of didn't exactly have a whole year. Though Billy North kind of left him high to dry. So.
I'll tell you what, he could use Reggie Wayne. Everybody was talking about how bad Reggie Wayne was looking, and he had a heck of a game this past week. You're right about that. So kudos to Reggie. But we both got Destrehan in that one. Next one is Jesuit at Franklinton. Franklinton, not the normal Franklinton you kind of been seeing the last few years.
Wouldn't Jesuits exercise demons, right? I mean, and Franklinton is the demon, so.
You talking about the priests?
The priests, I guess.
Calling in for an exorcism?
Yeah. Well, so,
I didn't even think about that.
It's like 12 or 13 guys on one side, but as much as it pains me to say it, being this guy, I will pick Jesuit in this game.
Okay, and I think Tanner Lee is too good with Jesuit, and they will exorcise the demons. Thank you for that one. I was able to do that. And East St. John at Hornville, I think we disagree on this one. I'm not sure. But Coach Banco, they're on a 2-game winning streak. We said that it was going to happen.
Hahnville does not look like Hahnville this year. I think we actually do agree on this one because I believe we are both picking.
I think it's the week after that we disagree on. But the funny thing is they've been trying to – the fans in Hornville have been trying to get rid of Lou Valden for years now. Even when they went deep in the playoffs, they still didn't like him. They were trying to get rid of him. And
now they at least have some ammunition to go with.
East St. John, I think, going to be riding that winning train a little bit longer. And Coach Banco, they're going to win that one. And then you picked him last week and he lost. Ponchatoula at Mandeville. This was a toss-up game for me because Ponchatoula is up and down. You never know what you're going to get. And Mandeville's up and down. But the Skippers, man, Skippers are good.
And like you said, and kind of the same logic I'm using, tie goes to the home team.
That's what I did,
in this case. And so, you know, I picked against Scott, and he burned me. I picked for Hank, and he burned me. So I'm going to switch them around this week. I'm going to pick for Scott. And sorry, Coach Tierney, you know, I'll run my laps when I get home, but I'm picking against you this week.
So we disagreed on what, one game?
One game.
One game.
And, of course, it's that game.
Yeah, of course it's that game. And we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back with Week 8, give you a little time to think all of our picks through.
Give us some time to eat.
Yeah, of course. Jason's got to eat his alligator. And we'll be back from Salvo's Seafood right after this.
Get that.